Hello, I'm Hansi Parchment. You're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.
I think the uniqueness of the Reggae Girls is they embody the national motto of Jamaica, which is out of many one people. So when you look at the entirety of the Jamaica squad, you have dark-skinned girls, mixed-race girls, girls who have black and Asian in them. You also have the homegrown players, so like your Bunny Shaw, your Konya Plummer, your Denden Blackwood. So what that means in terms of from a grassroots perspective is girls who are born in Jamaica can look at a Bunny Shaw and hear that authentic accent and say, you know, if Bunny can make it, then so can I. Once you hear that authenticity, that raw Jamaican accent, they should be able to look at a Bunny Shaw who's now our captain to say, if Bunny can do it, especially if you come from the same community, the same parish as her, if she can do it, then so can we.
I want to give a big bless up to the Reggae Girls out there. They ain't believe in us. John did. Reggae Girls, keep winning, keep inspiring. I know you're going to be great out there. World Cup. Sadella Marley, number love. Bless up from DJ Khaled.
And I'm representing for the Reggae Girls. You know what I mean? Big up on yourself every time. Especially if you're qualifying for the World Cup back to back. You know what I mean? Sidela, big up yourself. One love every time. You know the thing go. Blessing off a flow like a river. Blessing off a flow like a river. What the Reggae Girls do? Left them name night earth like a queen. Me have to big up the top soccer team. You know Massacre represent. Jamaica support you every time. You know the thing go.
Hello, I'm Hansi Parchment. You're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.
I feel like I'm from UK, you know.
See the moonlights on the town. Whoa, I'm getting ready. Talawa TV is in the town. Whoa, I'm getting ready. Got a corner on the telephone. Yeah, this is the Ocean of the Messenger, and you're watching Talawa TV with the host and best. Davis, take it away.
My followers, how are you all? Good afternoon, good evening, possibly good morning. All depends on where you are in the world. Welcome back to another live stream. Do let me know if you guys can hear me clearly in the comment section. If not, I'll make some minor amends my end. But the microphone is pretty close to my mouth, so I should think the green lights are on. I should think that you guys can hear me clearly. But if in case you can't, let me know and I'll go ahead and give it a small little tweet. And as ever, if you guys are making your way home from work or any personal activity, I do hope that you make it home safe and unharmed, because you know how it goes. Walking through your doors is an underrated blessing. So the headline does read for itself. I'm going to be doing a short Reggae Boyz review from the match played last night. It feels like it's so long ago. Maybe it's just my mind playing tricks on me, and I should actually go ahead and leave a link to the live stream. If you guys want to jump on and join me at any point, you're more than welcome to. Just keep it clean, keep it simple, be respectful to myself, the guys in the comment section, and also to whoever it is that you're discussing. So clearly we're going to be talking about the Reggae Boyz. So I know some of you have personal feelings towards certain players. Whichever way you want to look at it, please do keep all that personal stuff to yourself. And you can also extend that over onto the coach and also the backroom staff and the JFF as well. So pretty much everyone included, and most certainly to my guys there down in the comment section. Just try to keep it clean, keep it friendly, and yeah, just try to be professional. I don't think I'm asking for much. So where do I start? I guess I should start by giving you guys a little bit of a breaking news there as it relates to the Reggae Boyz and their trip there. If I can find the message that came through, it does say here the Reggae Boyz delegation departed this afternoon for St. Louis, Missouri. And however, due to technical issue with the aircraft, they returned to Jamaica a short while ago. The delegation is safe, and plans are being made to depart for St. Louis on Saturday. So currently the boys there appear to have been forced to turn back to Jamaica and currently on home soil with the intention of going off on their travel to St. Louis tomorrow. Hopefully, all goes according to plan and there is no hiccups and they're able to take off and land safely. So, best of luck to the Reggae Boyz and also to their coaching staff, head coach, the whole lot. One thing that I do want to share with you guys before it slips my mind, let's just dive right into it. One of the moments from last night, which really, I guess, puts me in a perfect position to segue straight into a little bit of a off topic, but as it goes with my show, I'm pretty sure you guys are fully aware now. I'm the one that's gonna give you your credit when give you your flowers when credit is due. I'm not one for holding back my praises for people. It doesn't matter who you are. If I feel like you deserve to be praised and those flowers they deserve to be placed at your feet, then I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Whether it's a fellow content creator, whether it's the coach or the JFF, it doesn't really matter to me. As I always say, I'm not a fan of giving people their flowers when they're no longer here. I feel like we as people should practice giving people their flowers while they are alive and well. I'm pretty sure you guys can see the image in front of me, right? I've zoomed in a little bit. Let me know if you can see it. You should be able to see it. It's taken from a almost like a slanted angle, but it is a photo of last night's game there against the United States, and the caption here, this one here, I believe this one was retweeted. I still say tweeted. I can't say re-xed, can I? So it's for me, it's still Twitter. So this one here taken from X, formerly known as Twitter. And so this one was reshared over on the Jamaica Football Federation official account. And here is from someone called Andrew Bellamy. And Andrew clearly seemed as if he was at the game last night. It says the office is full, and he added the Jamaica Football Federation, followed by Reggae Boyz with the Jamaica flag. So let's click back on that image, or let me try and see if I can enlarge that image as best as I can for you guys. Don't know what you guys make of the photo that we're currently looking at. Do let me know your thoughts. Maybe you guys were inside the stadium. You might have seen some videos there. And definitely if you're watching last night's game, either last night or watching it on replay, then you was probably taken aback a bit like myself. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think to date, in terms of football played at the national level, this is the packest I've seen the national stadium. I'm not sure, don't quote me, that is my opinion. I'm not sure if it was packed to capacity, but it's the packest I've ever seen it. I don't know about you guys. Maybe you guys have seen it more to a full capacity where the national team is concerned, be it the Reggae Girls or the Reggae Boyz. But I think it's definitely a step in the right direction. I'm going to piggyback from where I've left off in terms of extending those praises there as it relates to a number of people. And I think when I was putting tonight's show together, one person that definitely sprung to mind was Ryan, Mr. Ryan Jackson. And reason being, I remember when I first came across, I should say, when we both first came across each other's content, one of my earliest memories with being introduced to his YouTube channel and his work is that for me, he was the first to demand change to an unprecedented level. Maybe it's probably at times to not everyone's liking. Some people probably you either like it or you don't. I think with Ryan, he's probably a bit like Marmite. You either like him or you don't like him, to each their own. But I think it goes without saying that some of the work that he has done around the men's national football team, it definitely cannot be overshadowed or dismissed or just batted into the air. And I decided to leave this photo here on screen because for me, he definitely deserves his flowers. As I said, he was one of the first, for me, the first to demand change at an unprecedented level where the Jamaica Football Federation is concerned. I'm sure he's made several enemies, be it people who work in the four walls of the Jamaica Football Federation, or people who are friends with persons who work for the Jamaica Football Federation, the JFF. Continuing on from what I was saying, for me again, first person to purposely shake the roof of the JFF, first YouTuber to give tickets to fans, and that's the reason why again I chose this particular moment, this picture I should say, because I think for me Ryan definitely is pivotal to the reason behind the fan turnaround. Not too long ago, we probably only see fans maybe in the bleachers and potentially in VIP. And if they were in VIP, they're probably friends, family, loved ones, something of that ilk. Now it's spread across the board. I think if I'm not mistaken, I heard someone mention that VIP was sold out. Again, don't quote me on that. I'm sure I came across it somewhere. I'm sure it's not playing in my mind, but that is just unbelievable. If anyone had told me like maybe let's even bring it way all the way down, maybe some 2-3 years ago, that we'll be looking at a near capacity sold out crowd for a men's football game at the National Stadium, I probably would have laughed at you and thought, yeah, you're on something. I think if I were to show, if you didn't know about last night's game and you show this picture to someone and they're not being analytical and looking at the field, they will probably assume it's an athletics turnout, or that it's something to do with schoolboy football, something of that ilk. But it's not. It's the national team. It's the senior team, is the Reggae Boyz playing in the first leg of the quarterfinals against United States in the Concacaf Nations League. So I'm going back to Ryan. Yeah, I think he definitely deserves his credit, along with a couple of other guys there who I've given credit to. But I don't know, for some reason, again, when I was putting the show together, he definitely popped up in my mind. Of course, I'm not always going to be in agreement with him. I'm not always going to see eye to eye, especially when he's advocating for his little buddy, his little mates in France to play for our country. We're never going to see eye to eye with that one, but I'm still not going to be one to discredit him for all his years of hard work. What we're seeing now, yes, we can thank a couple other people who have been pushing and promoting for the turnout to continue to rise, but let's not kid ourselves. Ryan, whether you like him or not, he was one of the first, if not the first, to push for these type of changes. And I think it goes back to what I was saying on my last live stream, where it comes to me talking about the JFF now potentially looking at football as a business. Obviously, I don't know them, but I do think that they are looking at football now as a business. And I pray to God that they prove me right and they don't leave me feeling embarrassed. So I do hope that this is now the new JFF and they're finally looking at football as a business, because it is a business. They're playing catch up, but as they say, better late than never. So with regards to Mr. Jackson, definitely again, I don't know. I couldn't care less if no one else wants to give him his credit. I'll give him his credit because he does deserve it, and as does his subscribers as well. Because I'm sure he gives them the tickets. They go out, and I'm sure he would have convinced a couple of people as well to go and watch the men's team play, and also the women's team as well. So with regards to him, definitely more life, good health, and further success, and extend those good health over onto his family, be it his small family, his 2 kids, and his loved ones as well, because the ultimate wealth is definitely health, not the change in your pocket. So yes, and whilst I'm on the topic there of giving those flowers again, we can't extend those praises there without talking about the JFF again. They're marmites to a lot of people. You either like them or you don't. You can probably try to give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm not here to convince you to do as you please. I'm not going to tell you which side to work on. Extend those praises there onto the JFF 876 stream. And as we're talking about the the turnout in the stadium. I guess we also have to talk about the vibe. The stadium seems like it's got a bit more of a vibe. I think it's more representative of we as Jamaican people. And I recently learned about someone called Kyle Wallace, and I actually learned, if I'm not mistaken, that he is the CEO for the Reggae Boyz Supporters Club. But more importantly, what I did learn as it relates to what we're now seeing inside the stadium is that he is the mastermind behind the band. I'm sure you guys have seen the guys playing the drums, and I'm sure I've seen cheerleaders, unless my eyes are fooling me. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. I'm not sure if Kyle has anything to do with the cheerleaders, but the cheerleaders seem as if they come with the band. But anyways, either or, again, that's another brilliant idea. So when we're talking about the promotion is obviously doing well. The promotion speaks for itself. The promotion that's being led by the Jamaica Football Federation and 876 Stream, what they're doing online, clearly the promotion is doing its intended job. So all those guys there that I've named, they have definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, they are helping to inject life into the national stadium. And of course, other people are doing the same as well. But those are the names there that came to mind when I was looking at a couple of those pictures and videos from last night. So long may it continue. We do want to see more of the same. Hopefully it continues to grow, and we're in a good place, I think, at the moment. Anyways, pick up yourself hot chili. X doesn't even I mean, I still call it Twitter. I can't say they X'd it. What does that even mean? That's not even a word. So I just say they retweeted it. I can't X. It needs to revert and just go back to calling it Twitter, because I'm not going to call it Twitter. Call it X. I call it Twitter. Hold on there, guys. Hold on one moment. Mr. Ryan, LFC, Mr. Jackson, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm still under the weather. I'm still trying to take it easy. Hold on, my headphones weren't on. I'm still a little bit under the weather, but how are you? How's the family?
Can't complain. I forgive thanks. They are doing good. They are
Yeah?
doing good. Yeah,
Yeah,
how is your family?
we're doing okay. A bit like yourself. I can't complain. I'm fatigued and like mentally and physically exhausted, but I'm alive, so that's the most important thing.
Good.
How do you feel? I remember, like I was saying, some years back when I first came across your content, and you was pushing for what we're looking at in front of us in terms of the stadium being sold out. Did you ever imagine that your fruition would come through so quickly? I think you're on mute. Ryan? Think he's on mute at the moment, guys. Unless you guys can hear
Are
me.
you hearing me?
I can hear you now. I think he was on mute.
Okay, sorry.
No problem.
Yeah. Honestly, Crystal, to tell you the truth, I always believe people in Jamaica want to watch the Reggae Boys. They love the Jamaica national team. I just think it was not market on the radio, all of them stuff there. So with the work with 876 Stream they have done an amazing job, and I want to commend them on the job they're doing, to get the people come to the game. If you look all across Kingston, you see a lot of billboard and all of them stuff there, and that's what we want to see. We want to see the people to come out and support the team. Unfortunate, the crowd has always getting better and better since the Nation League, but the result haven't go the way where the fans want. But I still think this is just a step in the right direction to get more people into the stadium. I 100% believe, because I grew up watching the Jamaica national team, and I know the love is there. It's just need to more treat it as a business, as where you're saying, where the JFF, they wasn't looking at it at the business point of view, and I'm glad they're getting it now. And as I say, Crystal, we make a lot of enemy and all of them stuff there. And me know enough of the thing them when me do. People will never forgive me. You know what I mean? Calling out people on social media. You know, you understand that always going to come with a lot of, where I say, them blacklist and all of them things. But I don't really care
100%.
about that.
100%.
Yeah, I really don't care about that. You get to me, I say, but I just
Yeah.
want to see the country do good. You understand? And you know, even them who even are upset with me, they see the growth, you know, and without the criticism of we giving them on YouTube and social media, I don't think the JFF would have come out of them comfort zone. So I'm happy and I hope they see this as, you know, a motivation to get more people into the stadium.
100%. I was trying to look for something. I know it's right next to me, but I'd have to go deep in my bag. Basically, I was going to bring up this book that I read on the Reggae Boyz 98 successful campaign. A couple of the things that I saw in the book, obviously, you know, talking about when Renee came in to the setup and, you know, helping us to qualify for the first ever men's World Cup. And, you know, looking at images in the stadium, I don't think you've realized that in years to come, when someone writes a new book and we're looking at pictures like these in front of us, I'll be surprised if your name doesn't get mentioned. And that's probably due to poor research, because I don't think you fully understand the scope or the magnitude of the role that you've played in getting the capacity to the way that it is. Because I remember when you were beating the drum for this, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I was just not buying it. I was like, we're just an athletics country. People are not going to go. They rather go to dance. They rather go to party. Each to their own. I couldn't care less what someone does with their own money, because it's their own money at the end of the day. But you saw a vision that, if the JFF want to be honest with themselves, they didn't see it. You know, now I think it's safe to say they're buying into it, but you should definitely be proud of the role that you've played, because you've been a trailblazer in all of this. So I hope you understand that and fully embrace it.
Most definitely, you know, you will never see the work until things get done. And I'm really seeing now my job is more easy. You know what I mean? My hard leave because the administration no, because that's what we want to see them do well. You know what I mean? If they're doing well, we have nothing to complain about. You get the message? But the greatest thing with all of this, Crystal, is to get in revenue for the football. And
Yeah.
GFF buy into that, and I hope they don't change. I hope we not, you know, give them the flowers, and then next week, yeah, they do something. Because GFF knowing for that. You know what I
I
mean? They don't
know.
like good publicity. That's GFF, you know what I mean? But I tell you this, Crystal, I'm happy to see the fans. I want to big up all the people. You know what I mean? Sleepless night, a whole heap of video we do about the Reggae Boyz. The other day, I check my channel over 3,000 video speaking about Jamaican football. So I'm super excited, and I know the players excited. I hear Bailey talking about he's watching and looking at picture of the national stadium, and you know, players don't want to play in empty stadium, you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
hope we can turn it around in the United States where the people can say, okay, at least next year they're coming back, you know?
Yeah, I hope so. But like I said, you know, I want you to like embrace the moment and really be proud of yourself. And I think you're right. Definitely JFF have made some changes, and I'm cautiously optimistic because I don't want them to go back to their old ways, because I think people take things personal. So when you're being critical of them, of course sometimes we can let our tongue slips, because football comes with emotions, and sometimes when people rub us up the wrong way, we're gonna get emotional, and it might seem like a personal take, but I think I speak for yourself as well, that it's never ever personal or intentional. So yeah, you're right. Enemies, we do end up creating our own enemies. People do end up getting us blacklisted. You're blacklisted. I know people have blacklisted me from opportunities, but you know, for me, it's worth worth it if it means for the betterment of the game, especially where the Reggae Girls are concerned. I know you do your thing heavily for the Reggae Boyz, but in terms of the JFF, how you feeling about them, like in terms of the new JFF? Because if we're being honest, it does feel like they have changed, hopefully for good.
Definitely, Crystal. We want to give them flowers. Honestly, from a good look a while now, I haven't, going too deep and beating the Jamaican Football Federation. But things now got change overnight, and they're weeding out some of the bad apple. You know what I mean?
Yes, they
Listen to Yeah, they are a lot of things. A lot of things has changed. They don't want the players them I get good hotel, no players missing flight. All of them look stuff that we usually complain about. There are a lot of things has put in place where they're having a system or they go about all of these stuff and things. So the end of the day, Crystal, we want to see them good. And that's why we criticize them. We want to see the administration do well.
It's interesting that you've said that. Again, big up the guys in the comment section. Let me just give them a quick little shout out again. Hot Chili, Father Bling, Mr. Beckford, a pimp named Slick Back. Also, big up yourself, Dre Anyweather Sports, and big up yourself, Mr. Gmo Dre. Yes, I'm touching on to what you said, Ryan, in terms of unweeding the paraphrasing, like the let's say like unwanted surroundings, bad apple. What do you make of the recent recruitment? Do you think the recent recruitments have been purposeful? Because one thing I've kind of been noticing, and maybe I'm wrong because I'm not privy to certain information, but it seems like when they're recruiting the players like your Demari, your players like your Holgate, and also Hayden, who's recently come on board, it seems like they're aiming for a certain level of professionalism where the Reggae Boyz are concerned. Am I wrong for thinking that?
Definitely, you have to give credit to Mr. Dennis Strong, based on I coming on your channel. We're going to use that word, Mr. Dennis Strong, as honestly, I give him a lot of
Thank
stick.
you.
Yeah, I give him a lot of stick. But I think, he really bring a lot of professionalism to the Jamaican Football Federation. In the first instance, why me and him kind of jump off, I think sometimes him kind of, things now go right and he would have tried to cover up and pick up. Me have my information and things. So, but I think he's very good for the administration. I think him taking a back seat, not doing many interview and all of them stuff, they allow him to do him work and all of them stuff there. And I definitely think Dennis Strong bring a lot of professionalism to the Jamaican Football Federation. You know what I mean? I listened to him recent interview and I have to just say, wow. You know what I mean? And I hope
Yeah.
they keep up that, and I hope him continue to hire more good people. Cause the more better people you bring in the administration, you take your time, changing the culture where you expect from the people who work with the administration. That is how you're going to get professionalism. It's not going to happen right away. It's just like anything. You go in a police force or you go in a company. Like perfect example with Mikel Arteta, the culture at Arsenal. It was rotten, and since he came in, he bring a lot of professionalism to the administration. Push out some people, and you just take your time. You know what I mean? Till the people see the vision, see where you're going, and then people start to buy into it, and people start to win over it, and all of them stuff there. Because I'm telling you this, Crystal, me beating Dennis Strong and a lot of stuff when talk to people in the administration who work at the lower level in the administration where people look down to. Trust me, people call me and say, Ryan, you make a huge difference. You want to hear how Dennis Strong speak to us now as people who work in the administration. You come to work early, Dennis Strong make you have lunch. If you come late, he take away that. And all of them look at thing the people. A lot of people don't see, but a lot of people in the administration in a lower position, You know, nobody is perfect, especially when the camera is up. Nobody is perfect. I am not perfect. You
100%.
are not perfect.
100%.
And
100%.
yeah, we all the people them talking and say, yo, Ryan, it's like, trust me, it's a match in heaven for this administration with these people. You know what I mean? If we don't get pay and we're by the end of 2 days, because then it's strong like when him name being dirty up in the media and all of them stuff there. So been a lot of things has changed and I like the calm and the composure. And by the way, shout out to Mannings man and shout out to Simon. You know what I mean? They don't have all the tools to do what they're doing. But
Mm.
they with their connection and they're reaching out to people to try to help. I hear all
Yeah.
of these things. Just like I hear bad thing about them and all of them stuff there. We hear the good thing them too. And I just want to put it all across that the administration has massive improved with the Jamaican Football Federation and I want to salute them, man.
Yeah, I think it's something that we need to practice, especially like in our surrounding. Like, you can use either one of us can use our channel to give another YouTuber their flowers. It's not going to decrease your subscribers. It's not going to give you less views. Your subscribers are not going to run away and say, "Let me go and support Ryan LFC." Like, get in the habit of giving people their flowers because tomorrow isn't promised. And if someone is doing good work, just let them know. Because just like what Ryan said, when the JFF are doing bad, we all latch onto it and we all beat them. So if you feel like they're doing something good, doesn't matter about personal feelings, give them their flowers because tomorrow isn't promised to any of us. So I'm happy to hear the wonderful work that Mr. Chung is doing in the JFF, and long may it continue. I hope it stays the same because I think the janitor deserve the same level as respect in comparison to the president. We all deserve to be respected at the end of the day. So I'm glad to hear that if things are changing for the good, and hopefully it remains that way.
Most definitely, man. Most definitely, man. Definitely. And you can see it. You know, I tell people this all the time. It's not about on the football pitch. And I hope they treat everybody the same. You know what I mean? Once the organization get professional, the players will start to follow. You know what I mean? You have to lead from front as the gen said, the president. Everybody lead. And you don't have to tell a player, the player will see. You know what I mean? Once
Yeah.
you're leading them down the right way and stuff. So big up to Mr. Dennis Strong and all the people in the administration. You know what I mean?
It's funny. It's funny that you've said that because obviously you're more privy to certain information than myself. But I've been saying on my channel every now and then that I feel like yes, they are changing, but I also feel like they do listen. As hard-headed as they might have seemed back then, I think that they do listen, and clearly they do because we're seeing some changes unravel before our eyes. And also, I think there's a few people there in the high echelon of the Jamaica Football Federation who are coachable. I want to name a name, but I don't want you to come off the live stream. But I don't know him. Um, I've only ever spoken to him like once on one live stream, and we've not chatted since. But even someone like your Mr. Speed, I think he's someone that is also coachable. But I don't know, maybe you're better off guiding me on that opinion. Yeah, I think he is coachable. I just think he needs to meet his match in a good way. I think he needs to not saying he doesn't respect the people around him, but I think he needs someone who's on his level. That's not to say that he thinks people are beneath him, but I don't know, I can't articulate it well enough, but I feel like he is coachable. I think that silence tells me everything I need to know then, Mr. Jackson.
No, man, definitely. I'll tell you what. You see, Mr. Speed, I think him have all the interest and one of the best for the Jamaica national team. And I think he do so for the program overall and thing. I
Yeah,
think what speed is good, because you need people, the football we have passion, a little bit of arrogance and all of them stuff because that is who they are. And
yeah,
I think what Speed is missing is him to listen more and have the right people around him who are going to compliment him. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you need them hard hitter there, you know, like speed, you know, we're going to make a decision and I'm going to stick by it. But sometimes speed fail to understand that he need to be calm and, you know, a perfect example with the girl thing, with the Reggae Girls thing. He always want to use a fist to keep knocking the girl him. And sometimes it take a little more softer
Yeah, soft
um
skills.
soft skill to deal with females. Cause you know females already. Females are always females them biggest strength of them mouth. So you can't really too follow them up on speed. He's good, Crystal, but you see him kind of a
No,
little bit
he is
kind of
good.
too
He
thin
is
skin,
good.
you know? Yeah.
I think with Mr. Speed, it's more of a personal thing. I've always said with him and the Reggae Girls, it's like he's firing bullets, but the bullets aren't for the girls, but the girls are being caught in the crossfire. That's for me is like the best way to analyze him and his behavior towards the girls, you know. But I think he definitely is coachable. And I'm hoping that there is some changes to come because I like all the changes that I see with the men's team, but obviously I want to see that extended over to the women's team. And I actually need you to pass a message over to Mr. Chung. I was supposed to be in a meeting with him a little over a week ago, but I ended up having to go to the hospital on that day, so I couldn't be in the meeting. I need you to ask him to give the girls their sports psychologist back, please.
Okay. No. I haven't speak to Mr. Chung now take my call. They not
Well,
take
find
my
a way to get that message over to him then.
I would leave a message to him, but did not take my call, Baba.
Well,
Yep.
find a way to ask someone reliable that please give the girls back their sports psychologist because it's needed. They need their sports psychologist. You think you can do that?
Definitely, man. Definitely, I can pass on the message. 100%. Actually, we'll text him a morning. So,
Please do.
hopefully.
Well, he might respond. If you send him a text, I can't see why he wouldn't respond. So he might respond to you. Let me know what he says. Like, let me know how he's what his response is, because I'll hold him to it. It's very easy. They have the boys already. I'm not sure if they've taken away their sports psychologist, but they have Dr. Hamilton in house some months back. So there's someone at least in house on their doorstep that they could just utilize for both the men's and the women's team, you know?
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. I agree
So
with you
you
on
get
that. I
both.
need the same energy on the woman's side for the game them and stuff. Right? Which I think they start to do already and stuff.
Yeah, they need to. They need to go hard because, you know, if not, I'm going to have to criticize them. And I
Mm,
don't want to have to be critical because I need to keep my blood pressure down. I need to be calm, you know, but sometimes the emotions of it all gets the better of me.
Crystal, but one of the things that more you keep in me understand, and I would love for them to put the effort. Same thing too for the girls, them. But I think the girls' game is still growing. You know what I mean? I think it's still
Yeah.
growing, especially in Jamaica. You know what I mean? So I won't not say it not going to happen, but I saw people come out and support the girl. And I tell you what, in corporate Jamaica, the girls them will get the support based on what
Then
they has done. What they
yeah,
have done, you know, the track record for the last 6 to 7 years, the last track record, back to back World Cup and all of them thing there. But one of the things to more you keep in mind, sis, I don't want you to blood up run up your blood pressure as they say, because deal with
all
this
right.
effort sometimes it can be really brutal, you have to tough,
Listen, it's tough. It's tough. What I need to do is like I'm trying my best to take my emotions out of this, but it's so hard. Like woman to woman, it is so hard. You know, I have my own. No, seriously, Ryan, I have my own personal issues that I'm dealing with. Like as I said last week, I had to go to the hospital, and one of the first thing they checked was like my heart rate, and my heart rate was high. You know, I ended up having to do 2 separate ECGs followed by other tests. So it's like I have my own issues that I'm concerned about. And then when I see certain stuff, it gets me going. Like it's hard. Like you can relate because you're having to take paracetamols when stuff don't go your way with the men's team. So it's hard. You know, that's why we demand more from the JFF and demand more from everyone involved.
Definitely, man. Even that game, man, me I tell you last night I was heated last night because, naturally you put in a lot of effort and you want to see the team do well, you know what I mean? Me tell the people this, Crystal, I would rather see the team do great and may have 5 people in my comment section. If I tell you the truth, because I am a fan first. I am so passionate about the Jamaica national team. I'm want to see them do well. So I can understand where you're saying that. It get to me, man. It get to me last night. You know what I mean? I was aggressive when I talk to the people them last night. I mean, I say, bro, wait your turn, no, man. This and that. Because it lit me chip. Come here and say,
Oh, yeah,
this
we'll
look,
get
yeah, that look with team USA star. They're not all that, man. We just need to just believe and more confident in ourselves and think, Bridget, man.
Are you doing a show at the moment? I should have asked. Are you doing a show?
No, I done my show, man. I in my bed. I look here. I was almost drop asleep. I'm say,
Let,
you
let
know,
me let me let me hold you for like 10 or 15 more minutes. I want to ask you about the game last night since you touched on it. Like what's your thoughts on the game? Because for me, I had to like message one of my friend. I had to message Doc because again I'm feeling like physically and mentally exhausted. So thankfully I messaged him and I was saying to him that the game is boring, and he actually, I trust his opinion, and he was saying to me that no, it isn't boring. And so I had to just work with what he was saying to me, and I took a moment, kind of breathed, and went and finished watching the rest of the game. But I think the reason why I thought the game was boring, which it wasn't for me, I rewatching it, it wasn't boring. But I think for me, because I already knew the outcome, it being 1-0, it made it seem like the game was boring. But it wasn't a bad game. I think if you go and watch it without biased feelings, you can see that. It was not a bad game. I think first 45, unless I'm wrong, first 45 belongs to the Boza, Shamar Nicholson. I liked his instant reaction with us going a goal down. Of course, I think there's some improvements there that's needed. But I think it's not as bad as it for many are probably making it out to be, because usually with the Reggae Boyz of yesteryear, when we're 1-0 down against a Mexico or a USA or a Canada, we drop our heads and we end up giving up at early doors. But Bowser, as I said, handful in the first half. You're probably better to talk about Bowser because you grew up with him. But for me, what I like about him is his mentality. Like he really believed that he's him. Brave-hearted. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, his first international goal coincidentally came against the USA. And I remember the goal vividly. I think it was back in 2019 when he scored like a wonderful goal. But what do you make of what's been said?
definitely, man. One, Rima Jesus, you don't know the thing. I'm so proud of him. Listen, I tell people this all the time and them keep on shitting on Bowser. And sometimes the fans them can be ungrateful when it come on to Bowser. You know what I mean? Especially some of them who are calling tonight and they tell me, yeah, one name Kaka and Max City and all of them. Every night, me and them have a war if we show the respect. Cause this brother here, whenever Jamaica need him, he will show up. And I tell people this all the time. And I'm going to say, I think Mikel Antone is an overall better player. What I can always say, once Bowser fit and in playing game at him club, I am starting Bowser every day over Mikel Antonio. Because what Bowser give us, Mikel Antonio don't give us. Bowser is complement with this team, right? If you look at the true pass, the more true pass that we were playing last night, and if it's just margin, if we just measure them the right and proper way, Bowser would have in and score. You know what I mean? But brilliant feat, to get that penalty. You know what I mean? A lot of people say, all right.
No,
Yeah.
it was brilliant. It was brilliant. It was brilliant. He's got some ice in his veins. It's more about for Nicholson. It's not can he do it. He can. It's about consistency at the end of the day, which is his biggest flaw because obviously he's a striker. So you have to be consistent for people to take you serious. You have to keep on producing, not just a once in a blue moon type of thing. But yeah, I like his mentality. Of all of his attributes, is it's his mentality. Both him and Ivan Tony, they remind me of each other, you know, like they really do believe that they are him. They believe that I'm him. And there's nothing wrong with that. Bit of arrogance. Some people call it arrogance. There's nothing wrong with being arrogant. You need a layer of arrogance to reach a certain level in your career. But yeah, I'm definitely a fan of him. I just need him to be more consistent and put the ball in the back of the net.
I 100% agree with you about putting the ball in the back of the net. And I think I say this all the time. What separates the great striker from the good player and the average player is consistent. How can Boza be consistent whenever he play for Jamaica? Right? We know that he's more of putting the ball in the back of the net. We need him to get more goal. And again, I tell people this all the time. You have to have some charisma about you to be successful in life. You have to, as we say, the arrogant and which is good. Some
Yeah,
people
you do.
strive. Some people strive off of arrogant, same like speed, same like Bowser. When you doubt them, they're going to want to do things. And even me, you understand? I strive off of these things, and you need it. You need them type of personality there. And as a
Mhm.
football player, as a soccer player, yeah, I am that guy. You know what I mean? And one of the things that rubbed me the wrong way leading up to the game, the coach I said, "Oh, I'm going to miss Mikel Antoni. He's a lead man." I don't want to hear that. So them
Mm.
thing they kind of get both a while, I think. You know what I mean? When you're saying, "Oh, it is," okay, all right, bring it on and all of them stuff there. But I think both have a good game last night. I think, unfortunately, didn't find the back of the net. But we still have a lot of work to do. A whole heap of positive on that game, but a lot of negative on that game where we need to do a lot more things to improve on if we going to win football game, especially playing away against United States. We
Oh,
need to be more cleaner with our pass, precise in the final third. How can we box the ball in the opponent half without have to turn it over? Sometimes you have to just be patient and knock it around. And when you reach at the edge of the 18-yard box, how can we slow it down? How can we test the goalkeeper? You know, sometimes I look at this Jamaican team like they want to pass the ball into the goal. Bro, shoot,
yeah,
test
they
the
remind me of
goalkeeper.
like old Arsenal, irritating, just trying to treat the ball in the back of the net, just like you said.
100%. So I think, we can take a lot of positive, but I think the coach get the starting lineup wrong. And I'm
I was
so
going to
pissed
ask
off
you
with the
about
coach,
that.
man.
I was gonna ask. There's one player I was gonna ask you about. CFAS. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he's what about 24 years of age. For me, he comes across as a little bit of a rough diamond in the nicest way possible. You know, clearly there's a player there, but even at 24 years old, he clearly still needs some development, and for him to get that development, he needs coaching. So I'm not no player, never played the game, can't play the game. But if I'm him, I'm getting in the lab. So summer for me is not a time off because he needs to take his game to the next level. Because I think he was one of the players who came on and injected a bit of life into the game.
Crystal, I tell you what, a lot of people will hear this for the first time. I know Cephas, he's from my community, Jungle, right?
Mhm.
A lot of people don't know this. Cephas started to play football late. You see that speed that he have?
Ah,
You see that speed that he have? He's a track and field athlete, Charlie Smith.
okay.
So,
Makes sense.
yeah, him start to play football late. It's
Yeah,
because
you
of
can
him
tell. You
sprint.
makes sense now. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
So him have that local late development there in him thing. So and one of the thing in fast, I'ma tell people all the time this. This is what separate the good players. Their decision have to be good. One of the biggest problems Cephas have when he reach to the 18-yard box, he do all amazing and a great job. But can you finish it? Can you finish the dinner? Can you look up? Should I
Mhm.
shoot? Should I pass? Should I jiver? Should I take another extra touch? Should I shoot? You see, anytime him can master that, and that's going to take time. You see, because he's a track and field athlete, it's as we say, him need for just hire a personal trainer and
Yes, it does.
do these extra work and the training. And again, more game in play, or the better him going to be. And I think when him reach in him later stage in him career, in him 30, you will see the better of Cephas, where him can maneuver the ball and do all of these things. Sometimes him just need a calm composure when him do all of the fandangles.
You know, if he no, you definitely hit the nail on the head. I think if he does just like what you said about, you know, getting the personal trainer, going into the lab and so on, because he is what 24 years old, he could if it goes according to plan, he could be a late bloomer. We see late bloomers every now and then, you know, Jamie Vardy, late bloomer. So he could potentially be a late bloomer, even though he's 24 years. He's like basically tittering towards the what you would call it in footballing years is prime years. But in his 30s, just like you said, like he could be doing a job if he just fine tunes and get those errors corrected.
Yeah, definitely Cephas have a lot more work to do, and I think it's a work in progress, and I think he will definitely becomes a good player, but you have to learn that when to pass, when to shoot, when to jiver. Your decision making have to be perfect. You know what I mean? So that's the problem we have with Cephas. You know what I mean? But I think them I agree, anybody can miss penalty. But I think lack of
Yeah.
game time at him club, he's not playing up to his standard that we know. But we still love and respect him. But you know, give Cephas a run. You know what I mean? Give other player, give Dixon. You know what I mean? Give other
Yeah.
player where sure this is the time. If we're going to make changes and we're going to do stuff, this time is the right time. Because come next year, the joke is over. We have World Cup qualify. We have to make sure that we're knowing the players. I don't want to wait till World Cup qualify then or Japan change and I say, oh, that the left back then are good, that the right back then, that the forward, that the goalkeeper then are good. No, we should know all of these things. These players have been playing for 5 years now, or 6 years now. So we should know our best level, our best starting level and our squad, you know what I mean? So I think um where what else I can touch? I think Andre Blake, I think he were fantastic last night. Couldn't do anything about that goal. I think Damian Lowe, man, I don't know, man. I don't know with Damian Lowe. I think I
What's
don't know.
your I've got about I wanna close off in like 8 minutes time, but I'll let you like elaborate on Damien Lowe. Like what's your thoughts on Damien Lowe?
Listen, like I know Damian Lowe is bright, intelligent, went to college, you know, passion, love the game. But I don't think he grow. I don't think he grow. I don't think he's looking around, watching football and, you know, this is my opinion that he's
Mhm.
learning. I think he's just rash. He dive in like sometime as a player. Like it's not every time you need to tackle as a defender. And he put the
Yeah.
team under so much pressure. Tell you what, he's more aggressive. When he man play with Ethan Pinnock, you get the best out of Damian Lowe. You look, I think Ethan Pinnock compliment him. But
Yeah,
but
yeah,
but
yeah.
as a player that has been playing international football before Ethan Pinnock and have that experience. Like Ethan Pinnock is not there. No, you are a second best defender for us. Show us that level of, you know, that exposure, that experienced player. Like last night, the goal. Like common sense tell you Damian Lowe that you're the last defender. You can't rush you like that. Except Damian Lowe is just hold in position and stand still in a position. Allow your midfielder, allow your left back or your right back for help. Damian Lowe has a different name, don't take help. He want to do everything. I know him have the passion and the heart, and him always wear that with him and him
Yeah,
sleeve.
he does. He
But
does.
you have to use your brain, bro. Like use your IQ, what they call it in football. Use your
To use
IQ in football, bro.
experience.
Yeah, use your experience, bro. Like, how can you get sucked into that? And the man just take you all out of the game. Like, and when you look at it, yeah, the Christian Pulisic were around about 5 Reggae Boyz player. And Damian Lowe just sell himself. All him have to do is hold in position and bring the players towards him. And then he get support. The man just run out and these are the little simple things that Damian Lowe do, and it kind of frustrate the hell out of me because I know there
No,
is a
yeah, you're
talent.
right.
There is no player is there.
You're right. You're right. I think I share the same sentiments of you with Damien Lowe. It's like I don't know what it is because he's not a bad player, and I don't think anyone would advocate for him not to be part of the setup. But sometimes it just kind of feels a little bit risky, like you just don't know what he's going to do. A little bit irrational at times. So it does kind of feel like, oh, you have to tread a little bit careful with Damien Lowe because you just don't know what he's going to do, what position he's going to put his team in. But he's definitely rough. But I think just like you say, like just because he's a centre back doesn't mean that you have to go in for tackles all the time. You don't have to be rough for 90 plus minute or for the majority of the game. But I don't know. I thought he would have learned that because he's played across the world, played in multiple leagues and long-standing player for us. But I don't know. I kind of feel like if Damien old habits die hard, he's not going to change.
And definitely the way him developed to have something to do about that. He development, you know what I mean?
Mm.
You know what I mean? You need to be more precise, bro. Like when Damian Lowe, when him get a little bit old, this is the problem with him going to be. Cause when you're not going to be physical, when you're supposed to use your upstairs now, your head, you're gonna find it difficult to hold long in the position. Imagine when Damian Lowe reached 33, 34, where him supposed to um use him experience as a defender who has been playing over 50 at game for Jamaica. You know what I mean? That is where Damian Lowe take him physicality out of it when he reach a certain year. If you want to play at this level for long, Damian Lowe, use your head, man. Come on, my brother. We know you have the talent. We know you love Jamaica. You know the passion that you play with and thing, but that's not alone not going to that alone not going to take you anywhere, my brother. Passion and aggressive and you know what I mean? But you have to use your IQ whenever it's there to use.
Do you think, I'm sorry, Mr. Beckford, I didn't see you in the studio. My apologies. Do you think that he's trying to like prove himself to us? Because like you said, like he does play with his heart on his sleeve, but at this point in his career, like Damien don't need to do half of that because we know that he loves his country. Like he doesn't need to prove that side of the game to us. So do you think he kind of plays with the intention of wanting to prove something to the fans that obviously we appreciate, but there's got to be a limit to it?
Definitely. When it come on to, you don't need to prove anything, man. We know what Damian Lowe after the player like Damian Lowe, you need in the squad. You can't get rid of Damian Lowe. He's bring something to the team that a lot of people don't have. You see that charisma there.
Yeah,
You see
yeah,
that aggressive then. You really can't buy these things in football, you know. You know what I mean? So when a
yeah.
player have these things, he must for just learn. I hope as him go along in his career, he will figure it out and not figure it out too late. You know what I mean? I hope him have a big game, man. I seen him play a game against Honduras, man. Oh my God, man. Man say, yo, bro, if you could play like this, man, play 45 minutes. I'm saying if him could play like this, man, this guy is unbelievable, man. But
I got
another player that I want to touch. I know you have another person. Quick, another player that is similar to Damian Lowe, man. Mason Holgate, man. The man is. Uh, I know him from the Everton days, man. This is when I tell him have the heart, him have the passion.
he
You know
does.
what I
We
mean?
saw it yesterday.
Him so aggressive, bro. Yo, I'm aggressive, you know. I play football. I am great. I aggressive, but I know when to be aggressive, man. Sometimes I don't need to be aggressive. Sometimes I need to tackle. Sometimes I need to foul. Sometimes I need to make the ball become the 50-50 ball. And And I think we as a fans we have to take some blame for this too, right? Me
Yeah.
including myself. I think this young man named Richard King really truly haven't put a foot rank since I see him play for Jamaica national team. He play for Cavaliers. I think we as fans, we have to take some blame for that. He since under Al Grimson nothing, under this coach nothing. And I really think he deserves to get the opportunity to see what he can do. Why we have him not giving him any game? Why we're going to
Yeah.
wait till the last crucial minute when I want him to play good? Yes, he say he's not good, but no, it's
Yeah.
an opportunity to give him a run, give him a. I think Richard King need to get more game time to see what he can really offer to this team.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think just like you said, now is the time when you need to be making those necessary, let's say plan B. You don't want to wait until you're deep into the Gold Cup latter stages. If you get to the latter stages, hopefully we do, where you're making your plan B. You kind of want to get that corrected as soon as possible. But maybe we have to just be a little bit more patient because McLaren's still new to the setup, still trying to feel out the team. So maybe we have to also take some of that into consideration. And I think before you go, because I know you're tired, I think we also, in terms of the coach there as well, he is, whether it's intentional or unintentionally, naturally, I think he's going to gravitate towards the likes of your Mikel Antonio, because that's kind of what he knows best, from his time in England, both of them, and so on, seeing him play throughout his playing club career. So I think that's why he leans more towards a Mikel Antonio. Not to say that it's correct, but I kind of see why he does that.
The coach need to come out of the box. Him not doing anything more than international. Him need to go watch video or watch game and know the player them.
Agree.
That's lack of days it and poor excuse
I
about
agree.
as these some of these player. Like the man in the job now, 2 months, 3 months now, or more than that. I go to 6 months now,
Mm.
or 4 months now. This brother in the job long time, long enough, man. Go and look and get to know your players, them bridging, man.
No, yeah, he
Honestly.
does. He does. You're right. And I touched on this on one of my live stream in the sense that it kind of feels like he might not be doing it intentionally, but I didn't listen to the last. No, yes, I did watch the press conference. But the press conference before that, leading up to, I think it might have been the Nicaragua game or Honduras. I can't remember where. They just kind of felt like there was a heavy emphasis on Marin Garden making some suggestion there, and I kind of looked at it and thought it's almost as if you're setting Marin Garden up just in case these players don't show up. So you can probably turn around and say, well, it's not my players, it's not my suggestion type of thing. I think Ryan is muted. Mr. Beckford,
Good night.
I am so
Or
sorry
should I?
to keep you waiting. I did not, you know what it is? There was something blocking my screen and I just coincidentally accidentally tipped it over, and then I realized you was in the studio. So I don't know how long you was waiting in the studio. I do apologize. It wasn't intentional.
I know that's totally fine. That's okay. Plus
Next
at
time,
the
if
time,
you're ever in the studio, you can just message. I have like a private box. You could just message in the private box, and I will be more than likely to just notice that you're in the waiting room.
it's I know you. It's okay. As I said, I think it doesn't matter the time how long I have to wait. As the facts remain that you noticed and you had me at the time. So these things can happen and it's okay.
Thank you. I appreciate that. How you been? How's life treating you?
Honestly, things have been rough since lately. I don't even
Yeah.
get to because I was like in hospital for
Oh,
almost
I'm
two.
sorry to hear.
I was basically admitted, and on the day that the match was played, the night I was coming from the hospital, so I
Really
couldn't
sorry.
watch it.
How you feeling
So,
now though? How's things for you now?
It's not gone yet. It's a recurring problem, and I'm trying my best to follow the doctor's instruction and do a follow up so that they can decide on the date for surgery because it's something that can be corrected surgically.
Okay.
It's a lot
Well,
of
I'll keep you in my prayers.
yes. Thank you very much. And it's kind of stressing at times to know that when you're young at such a age and you're going through medical issues like that, it's setting back your life, prevent you from working and other stuff. So
Yeah, yeah. I think, age just, irrespective of any age, unfortunately certain things can happen to us at any given age. That's why I say, the ultimate wealth is health. So as I said, I'll keep you in my prayers and hope that it goes according to God's plan and you're able to make a steady recovery. And you're able to just get back to your best or better than your best. But try not to worry about it too much. I know it's easy for me to say that because I'm not in your position, but try to unwind as best as you can.
yeah, you're right. You're totally I agree. I mean, we always heard the saying, and it's true. God never give you more than what you can bear. And I'm very thankful. It's nothing chronic. It's something that
Yeah,
can be corrected. So yes, I'm very thankful, and
thank
I'm
God.
happy to be alive and well. Fighting the good battle of faith, and I will definitely pull through. It's just a phase that everyone go through at times. And once you pass through it and still live on, you give thanks no matter what.
Thank God. Well, whenever I'm on live stream, you can always jump on. I don't know about you, but as I said to the guys in the comment section, I use my channel just to kind of like add some balance to my life to calm me down, and I see it as a place of solace. It's my place of comfort. That's why I get really annoyed when people come over and they kind of upset my spirit, because this is my almost like a therapy in some sense. I know sometimes when I'm watching other people's channel it is therapeutic. So for me as a content creator, speaking with people like yourself and the guys in the comment section, is therapeutic, it's calming, it's soothing. So yeah, feel free to get in touch with me whenever, even if it's just for a general chat.
Okay. About the match though, based on my understanding, I mean, we know that matches penalty can be missed and so on. We can say if that penalty scored, it have been a different game. But at the same time, things like this happen. There are times when keeper will pull off a stunner, just like when a striker will score a stunning goal, and they say, "Wow, where did that come from?" It happens. People gonna say he could have kicked it lower, he could have kicked it that and that. He kicked it hard enough, could have scored, but it's just that the keeper pulled off a stunning save and that denied us because we could have get something from the match because I'm
Mm,
sure that it would have changed everything. Probably they would have take the draw and say, all right, let's just go over USA and try to upset them in their backyard and even improve on the next game. But in terms of the some of the yellow cards and some of the mistakes that our players are making, I think they should sometime. I wonder if when the match ends or when they have the time, they sit back and look into these matches. They check back their performance because you can't be playing international football and you don't give 1 cent how you perform. You're gonna be like skeptical in your last performance because your aim is to do better and try to improve your game every time, right?
mm,
Just like how you that treat your club football. And some people gonna say some people play better for club than their country. It shouldn't be that case. Because even though you get more money for the club, you're representing your country, which you should be very proud to represent. And so I'm saying, I mean, in the club level, you have better footballers, better build up, better and so on. But the performance should not be on such a decline where people are really questioning your quality, because if you have that quality, you're going to translate that quality into the national setup as well, not just for club. So I'm saying some of these mistakes where our players are making, can't they look back at previous games and see where they go wrong and say, all right, this this was a defensive error, and I'm trying my best not to make that defensive error again. If you should go there or not go there or make a rash tackle there or try watch the player some more before you tackle. These are the things that I mean you should be focusing. Those I'm talking like on a defensive point of view. For a winger, they have to focus on different mistakes and see how best they can correct it. For the striker, it is the same. We want to see consistency. You know you get a good chance. Try your best to put as many away or force the keeper to save as many as they can. These are the things that we should be looking at. And also the coach have a role to play, because if you realize that your player in defense is very rash and he keep on making stupid tackles, you should have a little chit chat with him and say, you know, I know you're a good player. You know that passion sometimes get the best of you. You want to do well, because to be honest, the crowd here in Jamaica is hostile. You're gonna get a lot of boos and it's gonna get to your head. And people should realize representing Jamaica is not easy, because the booze alone will make you can't sleep after the game.
100%. 100%. I think you're right. Let me just pause for a quick moment to pick up a couple of the other guys in the comment section, because I haven't done one since I ended with Dre Innovative Sports and Dima Dre. Big up yourself, Ann Ramsey. Big up yourself as well. Young Kings Entertainment, Danny Dread, Get a 445. Let me scroll along. Colin Clark, Paul Watkins, Blair Video, and also Cranky as well. Big up yourself, Cranky. I hope all of you guys there in the comment section are in good health. Extend that well wishes there over to your loved ones as well. Back to what you were saying there, Mr. Beckford. Yeah, I think you've touched on some good points there in terms of how the guys played and so on. But video analysis, I should think that they have an in-house video analysis. I think that is just part of your back, or if it's not part of the backroom stuff, it should be. In modern day and age, I can't see why they wouldn't have a video analysis to pinpoint where they went wrong. Or even if they don't have a video analysis, they could just do what many of the fan base does, which is to go back and find a way of watching the game. But these are players who are playing for some respective countries some respective clubs in respected clubs in some respected countries and leagues. So I should think there must be a video analysis somewhere in-house, and if there isn't, then obviously that's something that the JFF needs to appoint, both for the men's team and the women's team.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. Thanks to everyone that's participating. We appreciate you supporting our Crystal. Keep on supporting her, because she's gonna always bring you guys the latest and the finest. Unbiased. Yes,
I
I
try. I
mean,
get myself in trouble sometimes, but I try. Big up yourself, Patrick Wholeness as well. Overall, the Mr. Beckford, before you continue, like overall, what's your thoughts on the game? Because for me, a couple of things that stood out, particularly in the final third, is that lack of clinical prowess. It kind of feels at times like we're almost like, not to a great extent, but to a degree, feels like, because I don't want to take nothing away from the USA, although maybe I'm being a little bit harsh, but it kind of seems as if, I'm not sure if they took themselves out of the second gear last night. So in some sense, to a degree, we probably defeated ourselves. I think, Ryan spoke about the applaudable efforts there of Andre Blake. One moment that stood out for me in the game was, I think it was nearing the 10th minute mark. Let's say I got my bearings wrong. I think by then we could have been like 3 goals down. There was one save that Blake made in the early stage of the first 45 where he kind of spread himself big. And I think at that point he prevented us from conceding a goal, from USA doubling the lead. But at that point, like I said, it could easily have been 3 goals down. But the surface, I'm not sure if it was Ryan that touched on the surface. The surface, coincidentally, as I've said, is, it's an enemy of progress. It doesn't work for us, and it definitely works against us. So and even before I finish off on what I was saying, even with where we're at the moment, I think it speaks volumes. Maybe it's a bit of a this first leg is probably a humbling encounter, because I think it speaks volumes that we still can't beat them at home, even with both of us going through our honeymoon period. We're both in similar positions at the moment as it relates to the change of guard where the head coaches are concerned. But as I said, I don't think USA came out of second gear last night, unless some interpreted the game poorly. But this idea of us being better than the USA, I kind of feel like we need to park that to the side, because I think maybe that's the reason why some of the fan base, certain section of the fan base, you end up being greatly disappointed, because you're fooling yourselves into thinking that you're better than the USA, you're better than Canada, you're also better than Mexico. Yet still the fact speaks for itself in black and white. We've not qualified for a FIFA Men's World Cup since 1998. So how are we better than these guys that we speak of? Does that make sense?
That's a very good question, and I probably end up not have all the suggestion or answer to this question. But to be honest, I've heard that a lot, and sometimes I wonder if some of these fans, some of us are so delusional, because if you're better than a team, it should show not only on the sheet, it should show on the pitch. It should show the way you perform. We might come close to be that good to USA, but to be honest, they are being the dominant team for a while now. USA, the Mexico team, and the other teams that so far we haven't proved to the world or proved to the fans that we can even more than compete against these teams. We sometimes allow our ego to get the best of us. Yes, we have new addition, we have our team were performing well leading up to those big matches. Remember, those smaller teams we're gonna beat them. But you have to understand, when you're playing bigger team, you have to step up your game. And I believe that what is hampering us is our belief. I don't think all of the players have that belief on the pitch, because there are some players that I don't know nothing about, and they come and they perform good against us. Why? Because they believe in their self, they believe in their potential and their talent. And if you're playing for a national team or in a squad, whether you're doing your debut or not, you should have belief, because belief goes a far way in your performance. You can just say, all right, I'm going to kick the ball from this distance and I'm going to give the keeper something to save. You can just kick it and it score. The keeper might not save it because they kick it with such accuracy that it end up in that V where the keeper cannot reach. So I'm saying, we as a team, the players need to believe in themselves more, take more shots outside the box, because in football deflection happen. And the keeper can be as good as Noor, as good as that any keeper in the world. Deflection can totally change um that far, because you can even have 3-4 deflected goal in one match, because you are not afraid to take shots outside the box or take shots as soon as you can. There's no way every attack you should be playing, you should be in the 6 yard box before you score. No, you have to build your confidence outside the box too as well. So if there's no confidence, your performance is going to be poor. But we as fans need to realize that we can do better. We can match with these big teams in Concacaf, and we should and we need to, but we are not there as yet. So until that reality struck most of us, are we still daydreaming, or still in our dream that yes, we are better? We are not. And I'm not being biased. We are not. We can be better. We can compete against them, but at this point, we are not there as yet. And there's too many um all right. So we have cohesion for a couple matches. There's too
Yeah.
many dropping that cohesion. We want to see that continuous cohesion in the team. 1 minute the team is cohesive and then this the team is not. So I mean those things progress. And so we want to see progress, and they need to just have self belief, play the ball with more confidence. I hate to see international players struggling to make good passes. Come on, you play for clubs, you play for international teams. You should be making better passes, assess the field. I'm sure all the matches that you play weren't played on smooth, grass pitches. You have some bad pitches. I know there are some bad pitches in England where the lesser teams in the other leagues play, and you have to play them like in the EFL Cup and the FA Cup. So what do
That's
you do?
a good
So
point. Good
these are
point.
no excuses. These are no excuses, and I'm tired of hearing them talking about the pitch is this. That same team that beat us is playing on the same pitch. Are they not playing on the same pitch? That is a stupid excuse. They assess the pitch and they say, oh, it's not good, and they play according to the pitch. So why can't we do the same? Too much silly excuses. We are not there yet, but we are hoping that going forward under this coach, things will improve and we will instill more belief in the team so that we can come up with better performance against Mexico. I'm tired of seeing us being the second team. We can compete. Don't watch the size of us. We can compete. It's not the size, it's the players on the pitch and how they turn out on the day.
No, you're absolutely spot on. You summarized that beautifully, and I can't disagree with what you have said, especially when you touched on the pitches. That's something that I didn't even think of in terms of like the EPL guys, the guys that play in like your English Premier League, or even just throughout the English pyramid system. So from your League One, League Two, Championship, all the way up to the Prem. Of course, when you have competitions like what you name your call kind of call it Carling Cup, because it's not Carling Cup no more, League Cup or your Carabao Cup or your FA Cup, you're going to be playing in teams where they look like they have a shed as their stadium, but you don't complain, and that some of those pitches they would be worse than the national stadium. I guess, this is why when my interview with John Barnes will always be one of my favorite, because one thing that stood out for me with speaking to John Barnes, paraphrasing, like the man or not, he's absolutely right. Paraphrasing what John Barnes said, he said, players, when you're recruiting players, they got to understand that when you're coming to play for Jamaica, there's a certain standard. You can't expect to come here and eat your steak and chips. It's bully beef and rice. You need to understand that, and you need to condition your mind to prepare yourself for what's to come. And I'm not saying that our guys aren't doing that, but the fact of the matter is the scoreline in front of you full time says 1-0 USA, and they're probably more privy to playing on beautiful pitches throughout their career and development, because playing football in the United States is expensive. It's probably there's probably a classism issues there with regards to who has access to playing football. That's probably a conversation for another day, but they would have been developed on pitches who are in proper condition. But the scoreline in front of you says for the first leg it's USA 1, Jamaica 0. So I agree with you. Whilst the issue, the pitch is an issue, it's an eyesore. I'm not going to use it as my leading excuse or to cushion the defeat, because at the end of the day, teams come and put the ball in the back of the net against us. They come and beat us. And also, I'm sorry, but the Reggae Girls have now competed and qualified for 2 World Cups back to back on the trot on the same pitch. So they didn't have no excuses. So the boys can't have no excuses neither.
Yeah, it's just I don't know where it starts from, but it seems like when you start something in this country, the slang is just everybody just adapt to it. And this is not a slang. If the pitch is bad, USA should be losing, not us, because it is our pitch and we should use our bad pitch. So that's nonsense. We just love to make excuses for a certain loss or certain results. Come on, it's time for us. We're in modern days. Stop making excuses for when our boys don't do well or when our girls do well. I will not. It doesn't matter who. As long as you lose home advantage should be a big thing. There's no way you should allow anyone to come and beat up us in our backyard. No. You should defend your territory, and then when you go to their territory, try and take over as well. That's how you become world dominant or become a force in this world or in this force. You have to You have to be on the level where you say, me I defend my turf, no boy to me turf. And then you go up and for them turf, you say, what? We are take over. That's the spirit more and them have. Both male
Yeah.
and female.
Fact, fact. I like that. I like that mentality. You spoke about mentality very vaguely, and I forgot to like piggyback on it on what you said. But in terms, I think it's both you and Ryan that said, paraphrasing that you don't want to see the team walk the ball in the back of the net, and that's where again I like the mentality of a Shamar Nicholson done well to secure the penalty. Shame that it wasn't the Damari couldn't put the ball in the back of the net, but that could have happened to anyone on any given day, to be honest with you. But I before we get to even penalties, and I also like the fact that VAR was in play, but we didn't lean on VAR to get the decision to in our favor. So for me, as I said, when teams do that, I see it as a coward approach when you're looking to VAR and the match officials and the referee to make your decision. So I'm glad the team didn't do that last night. Not to say they've done it before, but other teams, other opposition have played in the ref's mind to their advantage against us. Going back to that whole mentality issue there with our team, and the guys trying to play the ball in the back of the net. This is where I need players like like Shamar. Yes, he tried yesterday, but I need more of that from him. Also, Leon Bailey. I said on my last live stream that I personally don't think Leon has surpassed um his his hi- the way that he played at Bayer Leverkusen. I don't think he has surpassed that at Aston Villa. You've probably seen glimpses of it, but I don't think he surpassed those performances there when he played in the Bundesliga. Because if you watch Leon in the Bundesliga for Leverkusen, you would have seen him score those goals there that you alluded to. Scoring goals from your, let's say, outside the box, curving it in, bend it in like Beckham type of goals. But we're not seeing that from him, and I do want to see a Leon Bailey just taking the confidence, like what we saw of him last season of Aston Villa, to grab these games by the scruff of the neck and just reintroduce yourself to the 12th man, because a reintroduction from a Leon Bailey is absolutely necessary at this point.
Yeah, this big talk about Bailey. I mean, I wish I could shut up some of those person that's on the Bailey wagon. I'm tired of hearing people say Bailey this and not seeing the true Bailey that we're seeing at the club level. It's time for him. It's past way the time for him to step up. And most time
Hmm.
what I'm seeing him doing is trying to complicate things when all he need to do is just play a simple ball game. It's not about always about that pretty, that neat, that stunt and so on. You're playing. You should try to play to the team levels or play on the same level the team is on. Come on, don't try to be like you want all the attention because you want to dribble. You want to do all kind of stuff. But at the same time, you're doing that, losing the ball, you're not impacting the game. It doesn't mean anything. That's not what we want to see. You're a winger. You should be creating chances. You should be taking shots. You should be setting up the forward and making plays that create chances or lead up to chances. You do that in Villa. You do that even more in Leverkusen. So what happened? I'm sure you don't pass your prime as yet. So I think what the fans are saying, to me, I think that is affecting him more than his performance, because if you're watching what the fans are saying about you more than what you're lacking so far and what you're not doing for the national team, you eventually gonna think that the fans are ungrateful, when the fact is the fans are just denying more from you. They know your potential, they know what you can offer, and they want to see more, because too much talk and no play make Jack a dull boy. Because honestly, we are hearing too much talk and we're not seeing anything. And we want to see that from Bailey. We know what Bailey can do. So let us see it in the national team. It's a long cry. It's like something that I don't know want to be negative, but to me it seems like something that probably won't happen. At this point now I can say that because it hasn't happened as yet. But I'm hoping I'm wrong.
I'm
I just want
hoping
to see
so.
better.
I mean, in an ideal world for him, life is so fun. It's not going well, but it takes very little for fans to come on your side. In an ideal world for him to give us that Dion Burton-esque type of performance in terms of being the man to take Jamaica back to their first ever men's World Cup since 1998. It's almost written in the stars for him to be the person to do that, but it's to a degree it feels like wishful thinking. You know, I want the best for him and for all of the guys, but again, in an ideal world, I'm sure he would like to be the man that literally grabs his country and takes them back to the big stage.
Yeah, it's sad though, but I mean, I want the best for Bailey, but Bailey needs to look into himself and ask himself, has he ever done anything great for the national setup? And then see where he can change things from there. And because he still have the chance, the team hasn't give up on him because they know that if Bailey comes good, the team can have a better performance. To be honest, I admire Gray because even though Gray is not always consistent, I see that he tries his best to perform. I see the passion behind it. Same thing with Nick also. He's not the most prolific striker, he's not the most consistent, but he tries his best. Sometimes he's awful in front of goal, but he tries best. And I can see that he has passion. When you have passion and when you want to do well, that's gonna give you a drive to improve on your performance. I don't think and I can't say that Billy have the drive or enough drive to really want to perform that well. I think the fans are giving him too much excuses to just come and do anything and just okay, it's okay. No. You're a big player, you're making impact in Villa, you're making impact at Leverkusen. You should do the same for your national team. Too much talk and nothing. We tired of it now.
I can hear your frustration, but look, all I want, I don't even want Aston Villa, Leon Bailey. To be honest with you, I don't want Aston Villa, Leon Bailey. Give me Bayer Leverkusen, Leon Bailey. That's debatable whether people agree with me or not. But for me, I prefer the Bayer Leverkusen, Leon Bailey than Aston Villa's Leon Bailey because he showed up for not to say that he hasn't shown up for Villa. Thank God, Unai Emery has come along and kind of giving him like this rebirth that he needed because it looked like he was towards the exit door for Aston Villa. But I just need that Bayer Leverkusen, Leon Bailey, and it doesn't matter what people think of him. Clearly, at the end of the day, like little kids look up to him. Little kids absolutely adore him. Like he's the man in their eyes. And even with these new recruits that come on board, you heard about Isaac Hayden paraphrasing when he spoke about coming on the plane of Leon Bailey and Leon Bailey giving him a history lesson. So the players rate him, and the youngsters there out in Jamaica, be it home and abroad, they also rate him. He is their number 7. But I just want him to just, I don't know what's it doing. I don't know if he needs to see a sports psychologist. I don't know what it is with Leon, but kind of feel like the ship is sailing, and for me it's like I'm almost running out of patience, with what I want to see of him.
Yeah, because he's not over 30 yet. He's still young.
No, he's a young boy.
Enough.
Yeah, he's about what 27 years old, so
So I
he's in
mean,
his peak years. He's a young lad.
yeah, she should be peaking. Look at Vardy. Vardy is doing well at his age and he's in his 30. So Bailey, the ship hasn't sailed yet unless you want it to sail or you sail it away and you don't want it to come back. But yeah, Leverkusen Bailey was a beast.
Oh
But to
my
be
God, yes.
honest, I
I
don't know
mean,
what happened to that. And we want to see that beast mode come back. I mean, I don't know if you left that arm, you left with Bailey and you left Leon there. You need to do something and find back that Leon Bailey. But right now we're just seeing half of the name. But to be honest, I don't care what the fans want to say. I rate him, I rate him. And even if you're watching Bailey, me not go say. Me rate you as a baller. But at the same time, me nah go give you no curry favor. You understand? Me I go hold
Yeah,
you
but you're doing
accountable
a
because I know
disservice.
what you keep.
Yeah, because even I mean, this is what I said. I
Me
did
know
a
what you
poll the other
accountable.
day. I did a poll the other day and I was asking people which version do they prefer, the Bayer Leverkusen version or the now Aston Villa version, and most of the people voted Bayer Leverkusen. And Dan here, big up yourself, Dan, big up yourself, Gunners boss. Dan is saying Bailey was free kick king at Leverkusen, and we've not seen that. This is what I'm saying, you know, bend it a bit like Beckham-esque when he was playing for Bayer Leverkusen. And I don't know what the hell's happened, but we're just not seeing that from Leon Bailey, you know, not seeing that free kick king. And he's got it in his arsenal, and he needs to find a way of I don't know, he needs to go, I don't know, wash off in some salt water or something. But I don't know why it's just not happening for Jamaica.
Yeah, me too. I'm wondering what's gone wrong. But it's not for me to really figure it out. It's him. He should really be the one to find what's going on with him because that now he's not doing anything for the country. I mean, yes, I mean probably the money and other factors not there. The professionalism is kind of off, but at the same time, if you're wearing the colors, try your best to represent. And if you're not happy, then wait until you're happy. If you're not happy, then take a break. You did take a break already. You're back in the system. I thought we're going to see that beast. Are you going to put all of that absence or that thought that were people were saying to you and come in a different mind frame or come in a different mode where you're saying people saying, no man, I barely this. Yeah, we want to be like, we want to get those reaction and say, wow, Bailey, come back. This is the
Yeah,
Bailey, Leverkusen back. I mean, those are
yeah.
the reaction we want to see, and yet not. Why you take the break? You said you want that mental break off. You did take the break off. What was going through your mind during those time? I guess you weren't really probably paying much attention to what you should, and then you come back. You just continue from where you left off from. I am so disappointed, Bailey, and we want to see more from you. I rate you as a baller, but at the same time, you need to do more for the national team. Me not gonna be biased. And if you were my friend, I would tell you the same thing. Say, yo, you know, say me I a virgin, but at the same time, me not like how you move because you not move right for your country. At the club level, you're playing good, but come on, you need to do better for your country.
100%. And, you know, obviously, yes, first game back in over a year. So there goes your bit of context. Yes, context is key. If you're talking about being objective, but even continuing on with what you've said, I think you said something and it reminds me of Bailey, reminds me of people who they can only you're only going to get the best out of them if certain things is going their way pertaining to like the surrounding and the culture and so on like that, not making excuses for him, but and that's probably where he probably needs to see a psychologist because his mind is probably still stuck in the past with regards to, you know, things that's happened in the past under different head coaches and so on. The culture, maybe, you know, he's been away for a year, so he's probably not realized that there has been a culture shift because we can see it from outsiders looking on. You know, we can see that the JFF have made some changes, visible changes. He can see from a distance. He said he's been watching the games. He could see. I think even when Bailey was off, in fairness to him, he showed up at the National Stadium. I'm sure I've seen him show up at the National Stadium to watch the team. He said he is watching from afar, so he would have seen the high number of turnout. So he can clearly see for himself that there's a cultural shift there, you know. But I think if he isn't seen a sports psychologist already, he could benefit with deep conditioning his mind because at the end of the day he's human being and it can happen to any of us where we're part of a toxic culture for so long that it doesn't matter if you change CEO, it doesn't matter if you bring in new players or new employees, your mind's still going to be dwelling on the past type of thing, you know. I'm not sure if that makes sense what I've just said.
Yes, it make total sense, yes, because I agree. to the point where I don't know if there's anything left to be added. Yeah, you have said it all because that can affect you as well going forward. But if you hold on baggages from before, you're gonna continue drag yourself down with baggages. Sometimes just are
100%.
you just to just leave what's already passed behind and just turn over a new page and continue.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. I think, it's easier said than done. Though anything to do with like you, because he did touch on like his mental well-being, mental health. So anytime when you're dealing with those type of situation, it is delicate. I am assuming, everyone's mental well-being, mental health is different. For some people, they can make a speedy turnaround. For others, it tends to be a tedious process. So it all depends really and truly. And yes, we know that he performs well for Aston Villa, but it's a different setup that we're dealing with. It's like, for example, Mr. Beckford could be my boss. I could go to work every day and I am feeling depressed and I'm not feeling happy, and you can see on my face. But when you come to my house, you see me smiling, or when you see me at a football match, I'm smiling, I'm happy. I'm still the same person, but the environment and um the four walls within those environments is changing me mentally, if that makes sense. So the two can coexist. I'm not saying that he's having any mental shutdown when it comes to the national team or anything like that, because I don't know him on a personal level. But what we're seeing in terms of how he plays for Aston Villa and Jamaica, whether it's to do with his mentality, is mental, I should say, where his well-being is concerned, only he can answer that. But I think, if help is needed, he should definitely get that bit of support.
Yeah. One thing I will debate though, isn't the environment over England Aston Villa would be more hostile than the one out here. And I'm
I
saying this
think.
based on the fact that he played way more match for Aston Villa compared to the national setup. So
Yeah.
he's more out there in the public compared to when he played for Jamaica.
Yeah, no, that's an excellent question. I think it depends on the type of hostility. I think the hostility it varies. Look, I'm not trying to make my people look bad, but Jamaica is different gravy. Aston Villa as well. I'm not making no excuses for them, because English football fans, arguably, definitely one of the worst in the world. Definitely when you're dealing with club football, but I think it's you're dealing with slightly different situations. I think we probably, when you talk about like mental health, it probably, okay, so if someone randomly on the street were to abuse me, yes, it will probably hurt. But if someone like, say, Mr. Beckford was to turn around and abuse me, it probably hurt more, because I know you to a better or higher degree. So in the sense of with Aston Villa, I'm not saying he doesn't care. Clearly he does care, but I think in terms of that relationship there that he has with his country, or like thereof of a relationship, that one probably hurts more to him, because you're dealing with your countrymen, you're dealing with your compatriots. And it's not to make excuses for him, it's just trying to like make sense out of what's going on, as it relates to like your mental health and your well-being. I wouldn't want to be in his position, that's for sure. Clearly, something's gone on in the past. I'm hoping that it's in the past and he's in a better space mentally. And even in the last year, as it relates to Aston Villa, I think he's matured. I think when you listen to him in like interviews for on like club duties of Sky Sports, he's clearly matured. And he looks more mature, just even in this picture. Picture can speak 1,000 words, but he looks more mature. It's looking like a man now. So I wish him the very best. I wish the whole team the very best, to be honest with you, because obviously we want the boys to qualify for the 2026 World Cup.
Yeah, definitely. But on different basis, I it's hard to really tell which one is more hostile, to be honest. But
Yeah, it's
because they
hard.
have
Yeah,
different levels of hostility.
exactly.
But
Exactly. It's hard.
I probably support the Villa one because he doesn't have much attachment to the Villa. Yes, there are fans, but in terms of homage, not much attachment. It's just business there. The country where you're born and grow, understand your point. It's gonna be a different feeling. But at the same time, I watched an interview where he said where we're talking about that how street smart he was and how we helped him to be where he was. You being street smart, you should know that as a ghetto youth, as a born Jamaican, when Jamaican rough you up and talk to you a certain way, I love you and want the best out of you.
Mm.
So it's the same thing. The fans loved to see Jamaica do well. We are a sporting nation. And it doesn't matter which sport it is, we want our team to keep winning. We are Jamaican is like a Manchester City fans. We love to win, and when the team's not doing well, like now, the fans like want to be a wagonist. I want to curse and not remembering about the glory days. But I'm saying we should be patient. Yes, that is one. But at the same time, you're street smart and you know how Jamaican people stay. You should keep that in mind that Jamaican people are not easy to deal with when it comes on to competitive sports. And the treatment that you're going to get is going to be appalling to you because they're saying, I can't me yard man, them a deal with me. So but at the same time you have to block out that and say it must be because they want to see me do better because them know me can do better. And we are most of us are not biased to the fact that we know you're not performing and say, oh, a ball I might mash up, it might do well. Come on, we're not going to tell you like that. We are biased people out there, but the majority gonna say, boy, not good and whatever and all these things. So you have to remember these things gonna play on your mind, yes, but you should know better say at Jamaica. When you come a yard, these are the type of treatment you are gonna get because the team wants you to do what you're doing at the club level for your country. So block
That's
out anything and just do what you have to do.
that's true, but how many people around Leon, especially like because he's what 27 now. So let's say when he's early 20s, how many people around and you know when the brain takes a certain number of years to develop. So even in your 20s, where you're an adult, your brain still isn't fully developed. So taking that into consideration, how many people around Leon Bailey do you think would speak to him in the way that you just spoke on a level? How many people do you think would speak to him in exactly that same tone and as straightforward as that to like help him to see things clearly? Because I'm not privy to certain stuff, but there's probably people around him who have like stroked his ego and just not kept it 100% with him and have probably told him the opposite, and he's then led to believe something that he shouldn't have.
Yeah, I missed out that point. You have a very good point. Yeah, and that's the harm of having fans sometimes or people around you that I mean they want you to always be in a good mood that they are just afraid to tell you the truth. But
They
come
don't
on,
want to
sometimes
lose
we
you.
have to be careful who we have around us. Don't blind me with lies and then when it come on to the time when me should really see me not seeing clear because I've been tricked into believing yes I'm that good. When all those years I'm not being good.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's a tough one for him, I hope that he's able to turn it around. I don't wish nothing bad for him or the team or anyone, because why would I? They're our countrymen, they're our compatriot. But everyone will tell you, sports athletes will tell you like, look, if they can boo Usain Bolt inside the national stadium, anyone can get booed. Not to say I agree with the booing, but if you're going to boo one of our greatest ever athlete, one of the greatest ever sprinters that the world has ever seen, in the name of Usain Bolt, if Bolt can get booed inside that national stadium, anyone can get booed, you know?
Yes, and people gonna say Jamaica supporters or fans are ungrateful. When it come on to our heroes or come on to our stars that perform on the international level consistently, the honest, the brutal truth is the fans here in Jamaica can be very ungrateful because that one poor performance, they're going to judge you on it, and they're forgetting about the every other performance that was good. That's just the harsh reality, and just you have
Yeah,
to just know that. Come on, Jamaica, our mind is competitive, so the treatment that you're going to get is not the same as the treatment you're going to get probably in England and other places. You have to just
100%.
adapt to it. And for those that are going to join the Jamaica team, please bear in mind, if you're listening, it is not a soap opera thing. You have to come, you have to get rough up because we are competitive and we don't like to lose. We like to see our team perform well. And I'm just speaking not for myself, but on behalf of almost everybody that you're gonna get rough up, you're gonna get boo. You just have to be mentally strong and come and perform. Simple.
Definitely. What's your closing remarks before we close off on the show? Before I forget my manners, pick up you guys there in the comments section. Gaza King one. Patrick Holness, I think I'm giving you your big up. Dan, I think I give you guys giving you guys your big up, but just in case I haven't, of course, you guys who are silently watching along, thank you for tuning into tonight's live stream. I definitely appreciate your support each and every time. And to Mr. Jackson, thank you for jumping onto the live stream. Definitely appreciate you doing that. And also to Mr. Beckford as well. Thank you for jumping onto tonight's live stream. Saying that to say before I close off on my stream. Gonna close off in the next couple of minutes, but before I forget my manners, thank you to those of you who have hit the like button, and also to those of you who have hit the subscribe button. So thank you each and every time. Your support definitely does not go unnoticed. Back over to you, Mr. Beckford.
Listen, love and respect to you all. Thank you for, continue support her. She's doing a great job, and even when she probably don't feel that good, she's still out there putting out the work so that we can get it. So I need you to continue support her and continue to be there for her. All right. So before I go, I just want to say that I want to see more. I want to see the players' IQ improve in terms of decision making. Come on, the coach doesn't have to tell you everything on and off the pitch. You are a man, and you. It's your job, and if you don't know to do your job properly, what you think gonna happen? Somebody gonna replace you one day, and somebody who's more serious about their work or what their duties are. So just treat it as a job where if you don't work, you don't get paid. So I want to see more cohesion. I want to see better communication in the defense going forward. Talk to each other and better IQ in terms of the plays. Know when to make certain decision because sometimes the one mistake can cost the entire team a result that could have been avoided. So at the end of the day, I love both male and female team, and I want the best. Just imagine the day when the reggae boys and the reggae girls are a dominant force in this world. What a feeling it would be for a small island like Jamaica to be among the best footballing nation. These are the dreams and aspirations we should be looking forward to. And I don't know what's the mandate for the JFF, but if you're here watching, I just want you to know that we need to see more professionalism. We need to see a plan going forward, and we want to see the best for both. And honestly, if you're promoting one and not promoting the other team at the same level, cut it off. It's bias. We don't want to see any unbiased. We want to see a family between the reggae boys and the reggae girls because at the end of the day, it's Jamaica. It is not the reggae girls, the reggae boys. It is Jamaica, and that's what we should be putting forward. Jamaica, the team, both male and female. We have both a male and female team, so we should mark it at both of them accordingly, equally, and hope for the best. And the recruiting, everything should be equally matched. So we want to see the best for both and too much conspiracy. We need that to cut out. We want to see more transparency against the girls and the boys in terms of us the fan knowing what we should know before and after the games and so on. Yeah, so Mr. Bailey, if you're listening, try your best. find that Bailey at Leverkusen. We need to see more from you. And the rest of players, we need to see better performance going forward.
100%.
Um,
100%.
and
100%.
thank you
Um, no,
to
no,
join
you're
the
more than
show.
you're always welcome to join the show. Once even if sometimes I forget to drop the link, I forget from weeks. It's almost as if I didn't even, yeah, it just did not register to me that I could drop the link in the comment section. So I made my return to streaming for the first time in like almost a year, and I was forgetting to drop the link until one day I just remembered, okay, drop the link. So sometimes even if I forget that, you could always like drop me a message like on WhatsApp and I'll send you the link or drop the link in the comment section if I just forget to put it up. Brown Man Security, big up yourself. In an ideal world, I would love for England to just recall him and piss off their fan base, let it be their problem. But who knows what's going to happen? I don't know what's going to happen with him, but I would prefer if he becomes England's problem and England's problem only. But I guess we just have to wait to see how that one pans out. The greatest batsman to ever have played for the West Indies, Brian Lara, was booed at Sabina Park. Our spectators are dangerous. That's absolutely true. No favors for no one. Before you go, Mr. Beckford, any final things that you want to touch on?
Um, not coming to my memory right now, but I just want to big up everyone that made this show great and make participated and make tonight's show what it is. Continue to support the show, and we're hoping for greater things and more interesting content to come in the future. So yeah, I think be honest, this platform have allowed me to grow somewhat, because I remember the first time when I joined, I was more shy and more not I wasn't able to really talk freely, but I mean I've gained enough maturity and confidence. So I guess if I can do it, anyone else can do it on the team. We need to see them grow in confidence. So thanks for letting me continue to participate. And those in the comment section, and those, even if you like, don't comment. We appreciate everything that you're doing. So continue to support the show.
No, I mean, like I said, I definitely want to extend that appreciation to yourself because, as I said, this is my place of solace. This is where I come to just calm my mind, to be at ease. So, if me doing so can help other people to relax their mind, then feel free to join me on the live streams whenever. I don't bite. So, if you've never come on my live stream before, take the courage to come on the live stream. Just keep it respectful. And that's my only thing. Like I can't take I don't take well to disrespect, like intentional disrespect. So yes, everyone's going through something that we're probably not aware of. So if we can all help each other out by just having these soothing conversation, I'm sure it must be doing something for you guys because there's about 33 of you still watching. So it must be helping you somehow. So yeah, you know, come on the live stream at some point, share your opinion, even if it's just for 5 minutes. And yeah, again, thank you for your continuous support. I definitely appreciate it.
Wait,
And I
Mr.
think
Rich Paul
mm,
and Mike, I've seen them a while now.
I spoke to when did I speak to Mr. Ballin? I probably have to check my call log. I feel like it might have been last week if I'm not mistaken. And Sir Rich, I spoke to him a few weeks back. I can't remember exactly when. But I think both of them are in good health. The last time I spoke to them, some few weeks apart from each other, but they're in good health the last time I spoke to them.
Oh, that's good, cause I haven't seen them for a while now. It's good to
Yeah,
know
they're
that
in
they're in good.
Yeah, they're in good health. That's the thing that matters most, that everyone's in good health. Like I said, people go through their own struggles day by day, but the most important thing is that we're in good health. That's like the number one request that we all want from the man above, for us all to be in good health.
Yes. You might not have everything you want, but remember, people, life is the greatest gift because with life you can do anything.
Exactly.
Achieve.
Exactly. So this for me has felt like a 2-hour therapy session, and trust me, it does help. I do need it. I know I'm having to do it at certain hours of the day. These are like my I can't even say the word functional hours, which again, doesn't really help, but it does help in a sense. For me, it's what 3:32 a.m. in the morning, but yeah, it's helping me to a great degree. So you guys, I'm not sure if I'll be back later on. In case I'm not, I do hope that you have a lovely Saturday. I'm aiming to speak with you guys again on Sunday, the latest, and we could look forward to perhaps making that a preview for the game against USA second leg, which I think that one is played on Monday, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go ahead and double check that before I mislead you guys. That one is the second leg is played on Monday. Is it Monday? Yes, it is Monday. So I could do a preview maybe on can't think, on Sunday for you guys, okay? But until now and then, do take care of yourself. Try to get out and get some fresh air. It's freezing where I'm at, so I don't know if I'm able to go out tomorrow, but I'm going to try because I need as much fresh air as I can. So I should be able to see you guys by Sunday unless something pops up. Oh yeah, before I go, adding to what I said with regards to the Reggae Boyz, some additional news there. The Reggae Boyz will train tomorrow before departing at 2 p.m. for St. Louis. So safe travel to the Reggae Boyz. Thank you again for supporting me. Thank you for hitting the like button and the subscribe button. And I'll see you again on Sunday. And until next time. Take care.
I'm John Barnes, and you're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.